Hello YouTube land, and welcome back to my channel. Thank you all for stopping by. I really appreciate it. I don't have any moto vlogs this week or installations, but I figured I'd throw together a random video quick to kind of keep you up to date on what I've been working on for the past week or two. So thank you all for stopping by. So if you want to stick around, then let's get to that intro. Hey everybody, and welcome back. Thank y'all for sticking around and watching my weekly uploaded content. I apologize if this isn't a moto vlog or my typical moto vlog or an installation video. For this week, I want to do something a little bit different, and I'll go ahead and explain why. I kind of haven't done a moto vlog for the past week. Well, probably for the past little while. It was mainly because of just family here being busy here lately. My wife is working 7 days a week. This is actually her busy time of the year. So, with me being home and my son, I don't really get any free time to do stuff as often as getting to ride my bike and stuff more often. So, been spending a little bit more time here in the garage. I was kind of saving some of this time spent in the garage more for the winter. But, we usually run into this time of year where our schedules get a little busy, it gets a little hectic, and free time for me, my free time is being able to ride my motorcycle and being able to get out for a couple hours and go ride and stuff like that. And right now, I'd say that limitations probably, for me right now is kind of my lunch block hour, basically, that I have where I can get out and ride for like a half an hour, which I've done here a couple times this past week or two. And like I said, I just haven't had a notion to grab the camera and to record. I just been like having that moment where I just want to have to myself and just want to kind of get out and ride and just enjoy that moment at a time and kind of more or less to live in the moment. In the meantime, been working on a few random projects right here. You're wondering what these things are behind me. Those are actually I have on the other side here, I'll show it, but I have an older 2002 Honda Recon ATV that I've had since it's been brand new. I bought that when I was younger, and I've been working on it here off and on for the past couple weeks, tinkering with it. And these two things right here are actually the carburetors off of it. This is the OEM one right here. This is the OEM one, and the one behind me is a cheap knockoff that I purchased several years ago, and did that. And so this was actually on the bike at the time, and it's kind of set out in the shed, and hasn't been ran. And the reason I got this out is I've been trying to get it, I'm working on trying to get it run over the winter, mainly for my son. He wants to ride it. I tried to get him on a dirt bike, but he wants to try that. So we're kind of messing with it, kind of a father-son thing. We're kind of tinkering around with it a little bit. So I rebuilt this carburetor. Got a rebuilt carburetor kit for it, put all that together. This one right here, let me show you. This is kind of funny. So like I said, this is the cheap Amazon knockoff, carburetor. When you go to rebuild a carburetor, you can buy the kit, you can, rebuild it, or you can just go out and buy one of these whole assembled carburetors per se. So like I said, this has been on the bike, and I went to take it off the other day, and typically they don't have holes in them like this. I don't know if you can see, but actually, yeah, here you go. This piece right here, no, but it's basically it just broke completely off, and that just just basically just disintegrated, So it's a good thing I wasn't riding the bike, or he wasn't riding, and it would have just basically broke apart like this, and gas would have spewed everywhere, all over, gas all over a hot exhaust or something like that would definitely have been dangerous. So, I say to hell with that. So we went back to the OEM one. I've got it rebuilt. I'll be honest, I don't really know what I'm doing. I've been looking at some YouTube videos and just trying to reassemble it. I mean, it seems like it's pretty straightforward with getting the jets put in. I think the biggest thing I'm gonna have to do is get the pilot jet and everything, get that fine-tuned and everything. But to me, this is a good learning experience, messing with this. So like I said, I'm working on that on the side. I did some upgrades here to my wife's bike here recently, but I'll put that in a video in the future. I've got more upgrades for that coming up. I did do some things to the Scout here recently to fix some issues that I had there, and it was something that one of my subscribers had mentioned, and I noticed, and I'm thinking, you know what, I need to address that pretty soon, or ASAP and all. So I figured that issue out and corrected that, and that was actually the saddlebags. The left saddlebag on the left side where the belt guard is, I was noticing that it was starting to rub the belt guard, and a lot of people have complained about that. So I found that if I put some of those 1/4-inch spacers, that there's a number of spacers and things that Viking provided with their mounting hardware. So I ended up getting some longer bolts and getting a little bit wider spacers for that, and putting the spacers between the easy bracket and the belt to kind of push the bags out a little bit, and that gave it enough gap to where when the suspension flexes, sorry, I'm having a lapse in memory. That saddlebag isn't going to rub against that belt guard. So that was a quick, easy fix to do. I didn't, when I went to VAM, I noticed it before I went to VAM, but I didn't think of like, well, okay, what do I do to fix this? And I found a forum out there, somebody had did the same thing. So I'm like, you know what, I'm going to try that. And I was like, hey, that's a really great idea. So putting those spacers there to kind of gap out the bag a little bit so that it's not going to rub against the guard was very helpful. So like I said, when I went to VAM, I ended up using like bungee cords to kind of pull the bags up more in a position like this, so that they wouldn't rub during suspension flex. So that's kind of one of the flaws, I think. And I don't know if it's per se the easy brackets to blame, or if it's because the bags are big and they hang down, and there's only so much that metal is going to be able to handle or hold the bags in position. So anyway, that's a quick short fix and all. So those are few random things that I have that I've been tinkering around with. Like I said, this was just more or less a random video to put together. Nothing special. I thank you all for stopping by. I appreciate it. Hope you all have a fantastic day, and I'll see you next time.